When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When a girl makes you drool just like Basta Bazzoul, you're in love. Hello, my name is Uncle Babaluch. My nephew Tony asked me to sing a little song because he's gonna make a little video about how to make a good pizza. He makes the best pizza, so go ahead and enjoy the video. Okay, that's enough. Now, this is for our little pizza dough. Again, I think I have more than enough dough. I probably have way too much. But I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out. This is, it's pretty tight still, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll it. And roll it and relax it. And that's pretty much the two R's. I think this might get pretty big because I don't have room enough for it in the oven until the other bread is going to be done. So it's going to sit here and raise its little self pretty high. But that'll be fine. I don't mind. I'm not a pizza snob, okay? I used to be maybe more so when I was little, but I like all kinds of pizza. My grandfather, the one that ran the bakery, could make pizzas he could make pizza with no cheese, just the other ingredients. He could make pizza with no tomatoes, just with the cheese. And it was all delicious to me. And I'm going to be, going into the sauce. I'm just rolling and basically this is just bread dough. Again, maybe I didn't mention that earlier, but I make it with our bread dough. And what I like to do at home, so I could pile the stuff on as high as I want and never have worry about the crust in the middle. I pre-cook it a little bit. I go ahead and I'll pre-cook it for, between 5 and 10 minutes probably, maybe closer to 10. So this way I can just pile the stuff on and put as much cheese and tomatoes, and I don't have to worry because the surface that I'm going to be piling the ingredients on is going to be cooked the most. So if you've noticed, I just rolling it round and then I'm rolling it again. Okay, this is what I mean to relax the dough. You go ahead and you fluff it up like this and you see it automatically pulls back. You stretch it and it pulls back. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'll at least do that a couple times to make it work, I think. Because if you don't, you're going to put it in the pan. You're going to put the exact shape of the pan inside the pan, and then it's going to pull, and then you'll have then you'll have an area where it's shrunk back up. And that's because it wasn't relaxed. And stretch first, made it a little bit larger, and then you want it so after you relax it, it's going to fill it up. We're close. That should be fine by the time I put it in. Seeing how I've stretched it and just relaxed it by shaking it up, letting it go back together a little bit. So I'll put it in here and we shall see. Again, if you pull in order to make it as wide as you want it, it's gonna pull back. When you're not looking, for the most part, it will. So now I've got it. If you can see, I've got it bigger than the bottom, and I'll just make it go a little bit over the edge. And that should be good enough for me. Now I know that I've relaxed it, rolled it, and relaxed it a few times. Now I can push it to the edge a little bit, make a little crust if you like to have that something to grab on when you eat your pizza. So now again, I'm going to cover this up just like anything. Let it raise. That's what it was. Pound 5 ounces for like a 14-inch pizza crust. It's a little heavy, but I don't mind. I'm just gonna show you what I like. I like diced tomatoes. I like crushed tomatoes for my topping. Used to be they would put tomato paste in and the diced tomatoes. That tomato paste was just too overbearing, so I stopped doing that long time ago. We chopped up some garlic. This is like 2 or 3 cloves. I'm not gonna put it all in there. I'm gonna put Well, we do like garlic, so I'll put most of it in there. When I was a kid, we'd put sugar, we'd put salt. We'd put salt in there first, and then we'd put sugar, and because it cuts the salt, that. But you know what? I don't think we need any salt or sugar, so I'm just going to put a little oregano. And then my Aunt Mary from California, who gave me the cheesecake recipe, showed me what she does is she goes ahead and she cooks this for a little bit. And actually the garlic, it becomes more flavorful when you cook it. So I'm going to microwave it for a few minutes and it should be ready to go on the pizza. I have to, but I just thought I'd share with you simple, this is what I do for my tomatoes. Okay, and I mix it up a little bit and then I'm going to go ahead and cook it and let the flavor simmer in there a little bit. I don't cook it a lot, you know. However, whatever the equivalent would be on a slow simmer, I think would be fine if you're cooking it in a pan on the stove or a microwave, maybe a couple minutes, because if it boils over, it's going to make a big mess in my microwave. And now the pizza crust is going in. Check that in like 5 minutes. And over here I have the ingredients laid out for pizza. After about 2.5 minutes, the tomatoes are smelling nice and loud with the oregano and smelling marvelous with the garlic. I decided to put some black olives on my half. There's probably more than enough sausages that we need. We also need the cheese, which is floating around here somewhere. I brought some pepperoni out. Oh, here it is. So, line everything up and I think we got it. Yes, I try to get this Parmesan for a long time. Try to get a nice solid piece rather than the green can of stuff that doesn't have that wonderful a taste. So we will be back as soon as this stuff is ready. Everything looks good. I'm not gonna mess with the pizza crust. Let's look at the pizza. Let's try with a clean knife. Oh yeah, okay. Now this is still soft. I'd say I cooked it about 10 minutes. And it has shrunk a little bit, but it's gonna shrink a little bit sometime. And then this is what I like. Now this, see how nice and brown that is? Can you get a shot? This is where I'm gonna turn it over and put the tomatoes on here. Okay? So then as you cook it, the bottom cooks with the cheese and everything else, but it's going to be not soggy over here, okay? I like the bread dough crust myself. And I will go ahead and whip up this pizza with the ingredients. I hope the 1 can is enough. Usually I like to make more than enough and then I'll go ahead and either freeze it or make some other, save it down the road for some more pizzas or something. But this should be fine. This is how we like it. And again, there's a lot of garlic in there. Only thing is, like as I said, I'm surprised that the chunks are so big when it's supposed to be what, chopped. I once worked at, when I was going to UCLA, I once worked at like, I don't know if it was Straw Hat Pizza Palace or one of those pizzas, and I told them I had some experience and I talked to them, and so they said, okay, start washing dishes. And I was young, and there was a young guy there. He says, yeah, that's how I started. He said, before I could make a pizza, he said, I had to wash dishes for a month. And I said, oh, okay. So then the manager came out and he said, okay, Tony, come on in here and make some pizzas. Right after the guy told me that. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And I never had Hawaiian pizza before in my life, right? You think, well, I'm Italian, pepperoni, sausage, but I tasted that. It was delicious. It had Canadian bacon and pineapples on it. I don't usually have those ingredients around the house. I don't usually make it, but I do sometimes because, do you like it, Kara?
No.
No? But our son Tony likes it. I remember one time when your aunt and uncle from Michigan came, I put strawberries on pizza. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I had, and plus the regular meats too, I think.
Yeah, they scarfed up the strawberry one.
Yeah, I mean, everybody enjoyed it. It was the first time I ever tried that. That probably the last, but I don't know why, because it was very good. Okay, so that's what we're gonna start out as. I like to put cheese all the way to the end. I don't like to have, you know, an inch and a half of crust. It's fine if you like it that way. That's cool. I mean, this dough I made thick enough, way thick. So okay, there is tomatoes. I'll try to stand over here because if you notice, my hair usually glows in these pictures because I'm underneath this light here. So in order to so I'm standing in the light of the pizza, I think. I'm trying to step on the side, maybe that'll help you. Is that helping at all?
Yeah.
Just as long as my hair still glows. No, don't worry about me. I never thought that I could have too much cheese on a pizza. But not that long ago, my stepdad was getting like a double pizza, you know, double cheese pizza from somewhere in Waukegan. It was actually just about too much. Wasn't bad, but it was a lot. Now this is a 1 pound shredded bag of mozzarella cheese, and I'm using over half, I think. Yeah. Get the ends with some. This way we can have every taste like the pizza. Get all the flavor. We start out with the cheese, and then I'll go to the I said green bell peppers, but they were mostly red. We bought them at the farmer's market when he had some fresh red and some green, and so it was even purple. I'd never seen purple before. They were pretty thin-skinned for bell peppers, but that's pretty much what you eat when you get bell peppers, is the skins. Okay, I figure that's pretty good. My wife and I both like the peppers. There's a little taste difference in green versus red, but not too much. Still likable, and we all like it.
I can't really tell.
You can't? I could taste a little bit, I think, of difference. However, if I had the blindfold on, maybe you're right. I don't know. Okay, so we start out with that. You know if I'm missing any areas, Carrie. You got the camera, you can see good.
So right there is a nice little holiday. So if you put it right in that area there.
Wow, is a holiday?
Yeah, my mom and dad used to call them holidays.
Okay.
Right in the
Oh, jeez, she did. I didn't think she was going to tell me. But she did. Okay. Fill up all the... Well, what the heck? We might as well fill up the other holidays. No holidays around here, folks. We got to work. We're not politicians. Never mind. Keep the politicians off of this site, I think, is best. Okay. Now you like your sausage. So put the sausage over here. You like my Uncle Babaluch? He sung When the Moon Hits Your Eye Like a Big Pizza Pie. Yeah, I asked him to, if he would sing that for me.
Yeah, he was very sweet.
I still like Curly of the Three Stooges too much. Gives it away. I think I'm getting the holidays filled up. Is that what you say? Okay, that's... And then I'll take some pepperoni. Should pop that. Take some of these. And I think when I rip them, they cover more space. When I cut them in half or with my fingers, it's kind of nice to get them sliced. I used to try to save money and buy the stick pepperoni, and the slices would be thick and thin, and so I kind of like it like this. But any port in a storm, if you can find any kind of pepperoni, sometimes is better than none, as far as I'm concerned. So, almost done with this. And then I'll just put a little, the black olives. I have our son's supposed to come in tomorrow, so I know he likes, I'm sure there's going to be plenty left. This is way too thick for us to both eat tonight. So we'll cut that, add that, put some on here, and then we'll be set. Oh, like to try to space things out so it looks good again. And this way, as I said, every bite has got a nice full taste. And I think my wife and I both like Parmesan cheese, gives it a little extra flavor. And then what I like to do is put some oregano on top. I don't load it up because my wife doesn't like as much oregano as I do. So I don't put too much in the sauce. You know, I put some in the sauce, but makes it good, taste good. But then, as good as I found out oregano is for you, I go ahead and put some on top too. Would you like some more on top too, Kara, or we're good?
We're good.
Okay.
Looks good.
Okay. And put some more on our side, Tony and I. That's one heavy crust. Next time I'm going to cut down on the dough. And because I put it in such a large pan, I couldn't put it in the oven at the same time as the bread. So I had to wait. So that's why I kept raising. And it's as thick as it is. But it's going to be good. Oh, it's 400. Cool. That away oven. And I would say about 25 minutes or so in the oven for this. Check it, put it on the top. It should be fine. But I hope you like my little tricks. I hope you like the fact that I went ahead and I cooked the crust first. It's easier to handle. Put the tomatoes, all the juice of the tomatoes and everything on the side that was the darkest, and works out for me. You could even take that pizza crust, put it in the freezer. You know how much these pizza crusts cost at some stores if you try to buy them? It's as much as some of the whole frozen pizzas cost at other cheaper stores. If you like to play with dough and enjoy baking, well, don't forget it's the same bread dough as the first tape or the second tape that I made for you. This is going to be more like the thick crust, so I will get back to you as soon as it's cooked and we'll show you what it looks like. I think the pizza should be done by now. Okay, there we go. There's our pizza, and I think that's going to make a nice tasty little dinner. I have the extra oregano on this side, and my wife's got her red and green bell peppers and her sausage on that side.
Sounds good.
Have a nice little dinner soon, okay?
And then brownies for dessert.
And brownies for dessert, yeah.
Hello everyone, this is Karen. I'm making dessert. We're going to be making Betty Crocker brownies. What you need for the brownies is 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, 1 egg, and then I like to put in a lot of walnuts because unfortunately this one doesn't have the walnuts in it. I put the egg in first, mainly because I scramble it before I do anything else. Over the years of my doing the baking, I have found that the scrambled egg, it makes it mix up a lot better. And then I add in the oil, and then the water. Mix all that together. Just bring this over here for the moment. And then I add in my brownie mix, which of course I need the scissor for. I'm usually more organized than this. Alright. Now, I won't put the walnuts in until I get everything mixed out. So at this point I'm just mixing everything up, getting it all wet and everything. This is going to take a little bit of time, so.
Should I get Uncle Babaluch out here to sing a song while you're doing that?
Yeah, you're going to notice that I don't do too much talking when I'm mixing and stuff. But until then, we're going to probably rely on my husband for a lot of little jokes here and there. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the walnuts. And then one of the things you need to make sure about, which I had forgotten to do, was set the oven for 325. That's 325 degrees. Brownies usually call for the bottom of the pan to be greased. I grease everything, the sides, the bottom, everything. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put this whole thing in the one pan. And we're gonna scrape out every little bit of chocolate here, because I come from a family of chocoholics. And we love our chocolate. So, I think that's going to do it. And here comes Tony to help me out here.
I was just going to tell a story. I don't know if I'm in the... Let me see if I can put the viewfinder over and I can see if I can... Yeah, okay. Now, we had the bakery in North Chicago. Oh, I think I lowered it.
Yeah, I think you did.
We had a bakery in North Chicago. And the mixing bowl on this big Hobart was about this wide in diameter. And my nephew Dominic was about, I don't know if he was 4, I think it's 3, 4, 5. We had just made a batch of brownies, which is like 8 sheet pans. And we had just made it, we put the brownies and the bowl, you know, I scraped it pretty good, but my nephew looked at that bowl and he looked at me and he said, "Uncle Tony, can I lick the bowl?" I says, "Sure, go ahead, have fun. We'll watch it after." And hey, the biggest smile on this kid that I ever saw. So, hi Dominic out in California, love you.
So now this is all set to go in. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Okay. Now we'll have that on for about 30 minutes. And hopefully we'll have nice brownies. So we'll see you in 30 minutes.
All right.
Bye. Okay, the brownies are all cooked. The timer's gone off. So now we're going to see if they are completely cooked and ready to go. How you do that is you take a toothpick and you stick it into the middle of the pan, and if it comes up clean, the brownies are ready to go. Okay, these do look good. And the toothpick is the test. You lift it up, and it comes out with brownies still on. So that means it's not cleaned, it's not cooked. So we've got to give it a few more minutes to cook, and then the next time that we test it, it should come out clean. It's been 5 minutes, so we're going to try this again. So put the toothpick in, and lo and behold, it's pretty much come out clean. So it's ready to go. We just need to let it cool down for a little bit, and then once it cooled down, then we can ice it. And then we can cut it, and then we can eat it. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, now comes the icing part. So we're going to just take a big glob here, dump it in the middle, and just spread it around. You want to get every single inch, because chocolate on chocolate is really good. And it makes for a nice little dessert when you've cut into it and you have all that goopy chocolate and brownie to go along with it. You can also have the brownie, some people like to have the brownie with chocolate ice cream or any other kind of ice cream. They like to have whipped cream on it as an added little bit of sweetness. I personally just like the icing, and if we have the whipped cream available, I may sometimes do that, but right now I think we're just going to do it with the icing. And this is just about done. I think one more smidge here. Okay, I think this is ready to go. And that is our way of doing brownies in this family.
Very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You want to hold up that thick pizza that we just had?
Thick pizza? Sure, why not? Okay. This is what we had for dinner. And this is what we're having for dessert.
Can't believe we ate that much. It was pretty thick.
Yeah.
But it was very good. Okay. Alright. Thank you, my dear.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then once we're done with the icing of the brownies, you can also add some extra nuts onto the top and just kind of sprinkle them around. Okay, and this is how we do dessert. All right.